Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today is the day that I finally got my new shoes. These are the Alpine Stars Sector vented shoes, and these are in a black and red configuration. As you know, you guys already know, or if you guys don't know, I do have a black Gixxer, which this will complement it really good, and I also have a red Yamaha R3, which there's some red accents, but I also have some red accents on my Gixxer as well. But this is a new shoe for me in my lineup of other shoes that I do have. And I'm going to consider this one to be a street shoe, you know, somewhere where I could just, you know, put these on, feel a little bit more comfortable when I'm out there riding and also walking around when I'm off the bike. And something that doesn't feel like too much of a riding boot. But so here is how the bottom looks like. I'm going to try to get some really good close-up shots for you guys while I'm showing you the shoe, you know, so you guys could see everything about it. And the way it feels outside, it feels like it has like a nice, like almost like a suede style, which I guess now they call Alcantara kind of feel to it. It feels like a little bit rubbery, and you can see all the vents where the holes are for venting. You know, this is going to be a great summer shoe, I would say. And you could see that in the back it looks so narrow. I haven't tried them out yet, so I'm kind of making this video real quick for you guys because I am very anxious to go out and go for a ride in these boots, or I would say shoes for that matter. It's not really a boot, but and over here there is like a plate or something, and you could see kind of it bulges out a little bit. So when I feel it, there is like a plate there on that side, not so much on this side. Here's the Velcro, but you can see there's a cutout for the Velcro right here that matches really good with this part right there. Well, okay, so if I were to fix that for you guys and just really put it in there, you can see how nice and neat it fits inside. So you could also feel the Alpine Stars logo right here. And yeah, it has a very overall nice feel. You could actually feel these little hexagons on the shoe itself. And then this is a shoe that you do have to tie, not one that you could just kind of slip on. Well, you could probably get away with it trying to slip it on, but for the most part, it's going to be a lot of tying of the shoe, and then you got the Velcro strap to, you know, secure it in place. Then you got your nice red accents over here, and that's about it. I don't know if there's any reflectiveness on this shoe. I don't think so. Maybe the stitching, but I'm not 100% on that. Then you also got your sliders right here, also very nice. And I would say that's about it, really. Not too much to the shoe. And then you get your slider on this one as well. Alright guys, well I just wanted to show you a real quickie on my new shoes. Now if you're wanting my shoe lineup, let me go get my other shoes so I could kind of show you real quick of what my other shoes lineup looks like. Alright, so I'm not going to take out both shoes, but I'm going to put this off to the side. I'm going to kind of tell you a little quickly about what I'm going to be using the shoes for. So obviously these are going to be more of my short distance overall street riding shoe, again, to be a little bit more comfortable when riding. Not that my other shoes are not comfortable, but something a little bit, you know, where it's not so much of a boot. So I'm going to consider this more of a, you know, for myself. You guys could, you know, ride it for however you guys want, but like I said, I think this will be a much more comfortable shoe to wear for riding. Next, for my lineup, I have my regular other boot. It's like a low cut boot. I've been rocking this ever since I had bought my R3, so you could see it's pretty much already been broken in. And, you know, obviously been used a lot. So here's my bottom end. And what I was using this before I got that one, I was using this for more of a street, short distance riding, you know, little highway, something where I didn't want a whole entire boot. And then lastly is my full-on boot right here. And this is the one that I would use when I'm going to the track, or if I'm going very long distance and I'm going to do a very long ride, I will for sure always bring this boot, as I feel it offers much more protection. Obviously it goes all the way to the top, and it does on all my shoes, or both of these shoes. I haven't tried out that one yet. Both of these are very comfortable, just because I did swap out the inside insole. So if you guys do get a pair, or girls, if you guys do get a pair of shoes, always change the insole after you know, try them out, because most of the time on these type of boots, the insole is made out of paper or cardboard, so it doesn't really feel that comfortable. So always change it out to something that's going to give you much more comfortability and make you feel a lot more comfortable when you're in them, because you most of the time are going to be in them for quite some time. All right, so now my lineup right now, let me go ahead and put all these shoes this way so I could give you my rundown real quick. All right, so if I were to bring the camera back a little bit, you can see my messy table, which is not as insanely messy as before. Again, I'm still going to be rocking these out for very long trips, a lot of highway use. Still going to be using this boot. This one will be more for you know, some highway, not too crazy long, maybe a half a day riding, I'll start using these ones. This one, mainly street riding around the area, very short rides, you know, and that's what I'm gonna use that one for. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna hopefully take some rolling shots of me showing you with this boot out on the road, and then also how it looks like when I'm wearing it. And then I'm also gonna tell you once I go for that ride, give it a little break in, and then you know, see how they feel out there, get some rolling shots hopefully for you guys, and then give you my overall thoughts at the end of this video on what I think about this shoe. And I also have a link for the description, a link for these shoes down below of this video, so don't forget to check those out and order yourself a pair. They weren't that crazy expensive like the other ones, so definitely recommend you getting yourself a pair of these. And I believe they also have them in different colors, not only in this black and red configuration. Alright, so here is my thoughts about the shoe. I would say this is actually a great shoe, and it for being perforated over here on both ends, I would say on the sides there, it does allow air depending on the position of your foot. And if you want it, and then also when you don't want air, just move your foot a little bit and it actually will stop the air from flowing inside, is what I encounter when out on the road. The only other, I would say the only minus I would say is that when you're getting a shoe like that, replace the insert. So let me pull this one out on this shoe right over here from this one. And the reason is I say is because look, I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. See Alpine Stars? Look how thin that is. That is like literally paper thin. Look. So this is pretty much what's inside. To be able to wear this like a normal shoe, because it does look like a, you know, a sports shoe or whatnot, and you're gonna be walking around a lot. So get yourself something super comfortable. Obviously this is not going to cut it, as this is super paper thin. So yeah, so that's that. If I were to actually get a you know, an insert or whatever, you know, this is what I have on my other shoe. It has these like little bubbles or whatever, so you actually feel these when you're walking, and it kind of feels pretty good because it kind of massages your bottom of your foot. So I would say, so get something like this, something that has a little bit more cushion. Obviously, look at, you can see on how thick this one is compared to this one. You know, well, this part is just curved like that, but it's not really that thick. But you could see the difference already. And this makes it look like it's thick, but really it's not. It's actually inside. You could see the wall, so it's fairly super thin. So when getting shoes like these, even if it's not these, it could be any, even your regular boots, take the inside out, replace it. Trust me, you're gonna feel the difference, and your boots are gonna feel a lot. Boots or shoes, whichever, your feet are gonna thank you, because you're gonna be a lot more comfortable in wearing your gear. So other than that, inside here it is super hard and flat. It literally feels like cement in there. I wish you guys could see, but yeah, it's really hard. You know, so really hard right there. So definitely, you know, get an insert that's going to make your feet feel comfortable. And besides that, the shoe itself feels very lightweight, so I really don't feel like I have a riding shoe per se on my feet when having these on. So that's a real good plus, because normally, you know, riding boots, you feel heavy. Even my other shoe that I have, you know, it feels, you could feel the weight on it. These are super light. and they feel amazing when you're on your feet. So to have something like really nice and sporty like this, you know, as an alternative to wearing a regular full-on boot, I definitely recommend. And I think they have a few different colors, not just the red and black. And if they do have a few different colors, I'll post them up a picture up here. Feels really comfortable. I love them, and just can't say anything. Well, besides maybe I wouldn't say a bad thing about it, but the other thing for me, I obviously knew what I was getting into. I knew that I would have to tie the shoe, so constantly having to tie the shoe is a little, you know, annoying, I would say, because I'm so used to just getting a boot where I could just slip it on and zip it up, or slip it on and Velcro strap it, or whatever, and you're on your way. But now that I have to slip it in and then tie it up and then go, you know, it just gets a little bit annoying. But, you know, obviously I knew I was getting into that. If that was going to be such an issue, I wouldn't have bought the shoe because of just that purpose. But I didn't want that to be a concerning factor about it. So that's only two things I would say: tying my shoe and the insert of the shoe. So other than that, hopefully you found this review of these Sektor shoes, of these particular Alpine shoes, helpful. And if you did, smash the like button. If you hated the video, smash the dislike button. Let me know down below of what you disliked about this review of these shoes. And if you know anyone else that's looking for a pair of shoes, but I don't think I've seen any videos on these. So if you know anyone else that's looking for a pair of riding shoes, definitely share my video with them, so that way they could see the review about these shoes. And who knows, maybe it's gonna be something that they want, or maybe they didn't even know a shoe like this even existed, and all they see for riding gear are ginormous riding boots. Since I rode on a little bit already, not that much scuffing has gone on the shoe, so a little bit dirty here because I went through some gravel and stuff. But other than that, they're still holding up really good. Obviously, still brand new. I would say this would be more for summer, definitely summer for sure. Probably a late spring, heck, maybe early spring. You know, as long as the weather is nice, honestly. So, and it's not snowing or raining or anything like that. You know, definitely a shoe like this would work out best. Alrighty, guys, enough of me rambling about the shoe. Hopefully, and if you guys have any other questions or want to see a review of something different, let me know down below, and I'll try to do my best on getting those products and stuff like that to do a review on it. Alright, guys, well, you guys take care, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.